They took from you. They broke you. But what they don't realize is they've unleashed something they'll never escape. They thought you were weak. They thought they could push you around, use you, and cast you aside like you were nothing. But look at you now. You've been shattered. Yes, you've been broken into pieces, your trust betrayed, your spirit crushed beneath the weight of their lies and manipulation. But those pieces, they're not lost. No, they're the building blocks of something greater than they could ever comprehend. They've taken from you, but they didn't understand the one thing that was always inside you, the power to rise. It was buried under the pain, the anger, the betrayal, but it was there, and now it's awakening. They may have broken you, but that was the spark that ignited a fire inside your soul, the kind of fire that doesn't burn out, no matter how hard they try to douse it. They thought they could control you, break your spirit, and steal your peace. But instead, they've just set the stage for your transformation. I see the anger in your eyes. I see the frustration and the hurt that still lingers, taunting you like a shadow that won't let you go. It's real, I know. You're not imagining it. You've been abandoned, taken advantage of, and left to pick up the pieces of what used to be your life. It feels like the world is against you. It feels like you've been pushed to the edge with nowhere to turn, no one to trust. But I'm here to tell you this. Your pain is not your prison. It's your power. The hurt you feel, the anger that surges through your veins. It's all part of the process. They wanted to see you fall. They wanted to see you broken. But what they didn't see was this. You're still standing, and you will stand stronger than ever before. This isn't just about revenge. No, this is about reclaiming what was always yours. They thought they could take from you, but they didn't understand one simple truth. When you break something, you don't destroy it. You only make it stronger, and that's what they've done to you. They've unknowingly given you the fuel you needed to become more than they could ever imagine. The strength you never knew you had is about to be unleashed. They can't take what's inside you. They can't break what's unbreakable. You were never their victim. You were just waiting for the right moment to rise. So let them think they've won. Let them believe they got away with it. Because the truth is, they're the ones who have already lost. They've awakened a force in you that will never be silenced. You are not the person they took advantage of. You are the storm that will wipe away everything they built on your suffering. You are the force they will never escape. This is your journey. This is your path to power. You are not a victim. You are a warrior in the making. And this pain, this struggle you've been through, it's not the end of your story. It's just the beginning of something unstoppable, something so fierce, so unyielding, that they will look back one day and regret ever crossing you. This is the moment you take back what is yours. This is the moment you transform from the person they hurt into the person they fear. The time has come to rise. You've been knocked down, yes, but it's only a matter of time before they realize they've made the biggest mistake of their lives. Because now, you are the one who holds the power. You are the one who will change everything. And they can never escape your shadow. The moment you realized you'd been betrayed, everything changed. 1 second, you are walking through life with your heart open, trusting the people around you, believing in the kindness of others. And then, without warning, it was ripped away from you. The shock hit you like a cold gust of wind, stealing the breath from your lungs. The world around you seemed to freeze in time as you stood there, trying to make sense of the impossible. They had taken everything, your trust, your faith, your sense of security, and shattered it like glass underfoot. The pain was indescribable. It was the kind of pain that cuts deeper than any physical wound. It wasn't just the betrayal itself that hurt, but the realization that the people you cared about, the ones you believed would have your back no matter what, had used you. They took advantage of your kindness, your loyalty, and your heart. You weren't just hurt, you were disillusioned. You questioned everything, your judgment, your worth, your ability to trust again. There was a void in your chest, like something had been ripped away, and all that was left was emptiness. The anger came next. It wasn't just anger at them, it was anger at yourself. How could you have been so blind? How could you have allowed yourself to be deceived for so long? The regret eats at you, gnawing at your soul, making you second-guess every decision you ever made. You feel foolish, you feel weak, and the more you think about it, the more your chest tightens with the crushing weight of betrayal. Your hands tremble, and your heart races with a mix of fury and disbelief. You want to scream, to lash out, to make them understand the pain they caused, but all that comes out is silence. And in that silence, you feel the isolation creep in, like a cold fog wrapping around you, pulling you deeper into the abyss. And then there are the shadows. They're not just memories. They're the lingering remnants of what was taken from you. They follow you like a dark cloud, hovering over you, never quite leaving. You try to move forward, to put one foot in front of the other, but the shadows cling to you, weighing you down, dragging you back to that moment when everything fell apart. You can't escape them. They follow you everywhere, into your thoughts, into your dreams, into your every waking moment. They remind you of your pain, your loss, and your brokenness. It feels like you're trapped in the darkness of the past, unable to break free, unable to find your way out. It's exhausting. You try to move forward, but every step feels heavier than the last. You look around and see people living their lives, moving on, while you're stuck, tethered to the past, trapped in the grip of these shadows. You wonder if you'll ever escape, if you'll ever feel whole again, if you'll ever stop feeling like you're drowning in the weight of it all. But I want you to hear me now. What you're feeling, it's okay. It's okay to feel lost. It's okay to feel weak. It's okay to want to give up. You've been betrayed, and that pain is real. It's not something you can just shake off with a few positive thoughts. This is human. This is raw, and you are allowed to grieve. You are allowed to feel the depth of your emotions because they are valid. But don't confuse your emotions with the truth. Don't let this moment of darkness define who you are. This is not your end. The shadows are not permanent. They are not a permanent fixture in your life. They're the remnants of the past, but they don't have to dictate your future. They are temporary, just like the pain, the weight you feel right now. Yes, it's real, but it's not forever. You may feel like you're standing still, like you'll never escape the darkness. But trust me when I say this, you are moving forward every day that you get up and face the world, despite the weight of the shadows. You are moving forward. Every tear you shed is a step toward healing. Every moment you survive, the pain is a victory. So let yourself feel, let yourself grieve, but also remember this. Just because the shadows follow you doesn't mean they own you. You're not defined by the betrayal. You're not defined by the pain. You're not defined by the brokenness you feel inside. The shadows are just a part of the journey. They are not the end of the story. And soon, very soon, you will see that they were only ever a temporary part of your life. The rest of the story, the powerful, unstoppable, transformed version of you, is just beginning. There comes a moment in every journey where you stop and look around, and something shifts. A quiet understanding settles in your soul, and you realize something that was always there, the power to rise, to overcome, to transform. You can feel it deep within you, that flicker of strength that's been waiting buried beneath the pain. It's been dormant, but it's never gone. All this time, it's been inside you, like a fire that hasn't yet been kindled, waiting for the spark. And now, that spark has been lit. It's not some external force, not some savior coming to rescue you. It's you, the same person who felt broken, discarded, and lost. But now you see things differently. You understand that the hurt you've been through didn't diminish you. It revealed the immense power you hold within yourself. That betrayal, that was just the catalyst. They thought they could keep you down, but all they did was set the stage for your rise. They gave you the opportunity to awaken, and now you're waking up. not just to what was taken from you, but to what you've always had inside you, an unbreakable will, a fire that can't be extinguished. In this moment of clarity, you realize how much strength resides within you. It's not just about survival. It's about reclaiming the power that was yours all along. You've been through hell, yes. You've walked through fire, and it nearly consumed you. But now, you are the fire. You are the storm that rages through the darkness, and that shadow that once seemed so heavy. Now, it's yours to command. It's not something to fear. It's a weapon. You've learned how to control it. You've learned how to turn your pain into power. And that power is not fleeting. It is endless. It is unstoppable. You might have thought that your brokenness would define you forever, that the scars you carry would be a mark of your weakness. But no, those scars are the proof of your survival. They are the testament to your resilience. Every time you fell, you rose. Every time you were knocked down, you found the strength to stand again. And now, every wound is a badge of honor. Every scar a reminder that you are still standing, stronger than you've ever been before. Now you see yourself as you truly are, someone who is not afraid of the dark, not afraid of the shadows. In fact, you've learned to use them. They are no longer the chains that held you in place. They are the power that drives you forward. And just like that, the roles have reversed. They thought they could break you, but you've become something far greater than they ever imagined. You are the one who casts the shadow now. You are the one who walks with the power of the storm in your soul. And those who once took advantage of you, those who thought they could control you, they will now tremble in its wake. Imagine it, see it. They thought they held the rein, that they could dictate the terms of your life. But you have risen. You've taken back the power they tried to steal. You've become the force they can never control. They will look back at you, and they will see a force unlike any they've ever encountered. They will feel your presence even in the quietest moment, because the shadow you cast is no longer theirs to escape. It's yours, and it's as vast and as powerful as the ocean, as relentless as the wind. It's a reminder that they underestimated you, and that underestimation will be their downfall. You, the one who was broken, betrayed, and left to pick up the pieces, are now the one who commands the battlefield. They thought they could keep you down, but they only made you stronger. They thought they could make you crumble, but all they did was plant the seed of your rebirth. You are not just a survivor anymore. You are a force. You are the storm that will break through every barrier they tried to set in your way. And now, it is you who controls the narrative. It is you who will dictate what happens next. You are not the person you once were. You are the one who walks through the darkness with confidence, who embraces the shadow and uses it to fuel the fire inside. The power dynamic has shifted, and now, those who once took from you will watch as you rise higher than they ever imagined, casting a shadow they'll never escape. They will realize, too late, that they were never in control. You always were. You stand on the edge, looking out into the horizon. It's no longer a place of uncertainty, but a place of promise. The winds of change blow around you, but you are no longer the one being tossed by the storm. You are the storm. You have made the decision. You have chosen to rise. The power that was always within you has been unlocked, and there is no turning back now. You are no longer the person they tried to break. You are the person you were always meant to be, the hero of your own story. The betrayal you once thought would define you has instead shaped you into something far greater than you could have imagined. It was the spark, yes, but it was also the fire that tempered you, the crucible in which your strength was forged. You are no longer broken. You are evolved. You are stronger than you've ever been, wiser than you've ever been, and more capable than you've ever been. The pain you've endured has transformed you. The fear, the confusion, the doubt, they are no longer your prison. They are the very tools that have shaped you into an unstoppable force. This is not just a survival story. This is a story of ascension. You did not rise because you were forced to. You rose because you chose to. You made the decision that you would not let the past dictate who you would become. You made the decision to take control of your own fate, to refuse to be a victim, to refuse to be defined by the people who sought to tear you down. You are the architect of your own destiny, and you are building something powerful. You understand now that true power doesn't come from external sources. It doesn't come from the approval of others or the validation of the world. It comes from within. It comes from the ability to look at your pain, to look at your scars, and say, I will not be defined by this. I will rise above it. You have learned the art of self-mastery. You have learned that your pain is not something to run from, but something to harness. You have taken control of your emotions, your thoughts, and your actions. And in doing so, you have unlocked the full potential of who you are. Self-mastery is not about perfection. It's about control. It's about recognizing that you are the one who gets to decide how you respond to the world around you. It's about understanding that you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the creator of your reality. Every moment of pain, every moment of struggle has been an opportunity for growth. The trials you've faced have not broken you. They've forged you into something unbreakable. Your strength is not in spite of your struggles. It is because of them. And now, the shadow you once feared, the shadow that followed you everywhere, is no longer something to dread. It's no longer something that holds you back. It is your power. The past, the pain, the suffering. They are no longer burdens to carry. They are the very fuel that propels you forward. You stand tall in your shadow now, not shrinking from it, but embracing it. You have learned that your struggles are not your weakness. They are your greatest strength. They are the source of the energy that drives you, the fire that burns inside you. The shadow that once felt like a weight, a burden, is now a cloak of power. It is your armor. You walk with it, not as a victim of your past, but as a conqueror who has embraced every part of themselves. The darkness that once threatened to consume you now bends to your will. You are no longer afraid of the dark. You are the one who controls it. You use it as fuel, as a reminder of how far you've come, as a source of unstoppable energy that no one can ever take from you again. Your pain, your losses, your struggles, they are no longer your enemies. They are the foundation upon which you stand. They are the driving force behind your unstoppable ascent. Every hardship you've endured has made you who you are today. And that person is a warrior, a force to be reckoned with, a person whose power no one can deny. So step into the power of your shadow. Step into the strength that has been within you all along. The transformation is complete. You have become the person you were always meant to be. You are not just surviving. You are thriving. You are not just enduring. You are conquering. And from this moment forward, nothing will stand in your way. You are the hero of your own story, and the world will never be the same again. The shadow you once feared, it's now your greatest weapon, and the people who tried to take from you, they will never be able to escape the force that you've become. The moment of confrontation has arrived. The time has come to face what has held you back, to face the ones who betrayed you, or even the deepest fears that have haunted you for so long. This is not just a moment of anger or revenge. It is the moment where you reclaim your power. The moment when you look the very things that tried to break you in the eye and say, I am not afraid anymore. You have walked through hell. You have faced darkness, doubt, and betrayal. But now, as you stand before what once held you captive, whether it be the people who took advantage of you, the fears that crippled your soul, or the circumstances that shackled your progress, you stand differently. You are no longer the person who once cowered in the face of adversity. You are the force that rises from it, untouchable and unstoppable. There's a fire in your eyes now, a fire that can never be extinguished. You've crossed the line, and there's no going back. The oppressors you once feared, whether they were people, doubts, or insecurities, are now nothing but shadows, fading before the light of your newfound power. They thought they could break you. They thought they could hold you down, make you feel small, make you doubt yourself. But now they will see the truth. You are not their victim. You are their reckoning. The confrontation is not about revenge. No, it is not about lowering yourself to their level. It is about standing tall in the face of everything that sought to bring you down and saying, I am not who you think I am. This is not about defeating others. It is about defeating the limitations they imposed on you, the limits you once believed defined your worth. The true victory is not in making them pay for what they did. It is in reclaiming what was always yours, your peace, your strength, your sense of self. When you face them now, it's not with hatred, but with the undeniable knowledge of who you've become. You've transcended the pain, the suffering, and the fear. The weight of their betrayal no longer holds you down. Instead, it fuels your rise. You are standing taller than you ever have, empowered not by their failure, but by your growth. The past no longer has control over you. You are free. You are unbreakable. As you stand at the peak of this moment, there comes the climactic realization. Your strength has always been inside you. It wasn't given to you by others. It wasn't granted by the world. It was born from your own will to survive, to evolve, and to rise above the challenges you faced. The people who hurt you thought they could take everything from you, but they didn't realize one simple truth. They only awakened the monster inside of you. They didn't destroy you. They made you realize the power you always had within you. They thought they could take from you, but they only brought forth the unstoppable force that was buried deep inside. In this moment, you see it clearly. The strength you possess is not something external. It is who you are. It is in your bones, in your soul, in every step you take forward. The battles you've fought, the wounds you've carried, they were never meant to break you. They were meant to mold you into something powerful. You are not just a survivor. You are a warrior, and nothing can take that from you. The victory is yours, not because you defeated your enemies, but because you defeated your own limitation. You defeated the belief that you were small, that you were weak, that you couldn't rise above the darkness, and now you stand in your full power, looking out at the world with the quiet knowledge that you have become someone unbreakable. The shadows you once feared no longer haunt you. They have become your allies, your strength, and anyone who once tried to hold you back will now see the true force they've unleashed. This is your victory. This is your moment of triumph. You are the hero of your own story, and the world will never be the same again. They may have thought they could take from you, but what they didn't realize is that in doing so, they awakened the true power inside you. The power to rise, to conquer, and to reclaim everything that was always meant to be yours. And now, they will never be able to escape your shadow. You've come a long way. From the moment you were betrayed, broken, and left to pick up the shattered pieces of your life. You've fought, you've struggled, and you've endured. You've felt the weight of the shadows on your back, dragging you down, holding you in place. But now, as you stand here, on the other side of it all, you see the truth. You are not the person you once were. You are not defined by the pain or the betrayal. You are not defined by the darkness that once consumed you. You are the light. You are the one who emerged from the ashes, stronger than you've ever been, wiser than you've ever been, and more powerful than you ever thought possible. From victim to victor, from shadow to light, the transformation is complete. You are no longer held back by what others did to you. You are no longer a prisoner of your past. You have stepped into your full power. You've taken control of your narrative, and now the world will see you for what you truly are. Unstoppable. You are the storm. You are the force that will carve your own path, unyielding, unshakable, and ready to conquer everything in your way. But your journey doesn't end here. This is not the culmination of your story. It's just the beginning. Now that you've found your power, it's time to step into it, to embrace it fully, and to make it work for you. Every single day is an opportunity to rise even higher, to become even stronger, and to build the life you've always deserved. This is your chance to show the world what you are truly made of. Go now and make them wish they never underestimated you. They may have tried to take from you, to keep you small, to break you, but now they will watch as you rise to unimaginable heights. You've already proven you have the strength to survive. Now it's time to prove you have the strength to thrive. The world is yours to conquer. Take it. Every challenge that comes your way will only make you stronger. Every obstacle you face will only sharpen you. And every person who tried to stand in your way will eventually look up to see you soaring above them. You are no longer just surviving. You are leading. You are conquering. You are the force that everyone else will have to reckon with. There is no stopping you now. So let this be the moment you commit to your new beginning. You have already become the hero of your story. Now it's time to write the next chapter. It's time to step into your destiny, to walk boldly into the future that awaits you. The shadow you once feared, it's now your strength. The pain you once carried, it's now your fuel. The limitations you once believed in, they are now gone, shattered beneath the weight of your unbreakable will. As you move forward, remember this. You are not just a survivor of your circumstances. You are the creator of your destiny. You are the one who decides how your story ends. And it doesn't end in defeat. It doesn't end in pain. It ends in victory. It ends in triumph. It ends with you standing tall, the light of your power shining brighter than ever before. You are invincible. You are unbreakable. And no matter what the world throws at you, you will rise again and again, stronger, fiercer, and more unstoppable than ever. This is your time. This is your moment. Now go and show the world who you truly are.